Welcome to Coach's Corner fans. Thanks for joining me on this Monday afternoon with Mike. Today's show is going to be very similar, but we are going to add a little special Donut Tuesday morning film session on Tuesdays. The linemen come in before school along with Coach Hewer and myself, and we go through some close copy of our film, and I'll show you that later. I'm gonna show you what I would do with those guys. So let's go through last week. The program itself, the junior high finished up their season playing Versailles last week. So the 7th graders ended up 8-0, and the 8th graders ended up 4-3-1 on the season. So good for those guys, and good season for those young guys. The freshmen are 4-3 right now and play Marion tonight at home at 5 o'clock. And so they will finish up their season tonight. And the JVs finished up their season Saturday, and they finished the season 6-1. A really good season. They had some good fun games. They went down to Valley View, and they went up to Lima Senior, and so they had some different games than the normal, basically pretty much all league games. So good season so far for all those guys. And so now we move on here. Obviously, the varsity is playing Marion Local on Friday night. But let's review back to Versailles. The score was 52-14. Fortunately for the Cavs, we won that game. We talked about all week, playing well and playing efficient, and making it a business trip. When it's time to play and time to prepare to play, it's business time, and then in between plays, and when you make good big plays, celebrate those. So we had a lot of good things on Friday night. We had 2 defensive touchdowns. Miles Potcutter and Owen Kunk both intercepted passes for touchdowns, which was awesome. That gets everybody all excited. And offensively, I think we had 4 different guys, 3 or 4 different guys score touchdowns, which we like. We call that spreading the wealth. So good game for us at Versailles, and felt good about that. We stayed healthy with the guys that are playing, and so looking forward to this huge game with the Flyers coming up this week. And so speaking of Marion, they are 9-0. As most of you know, they have a 57-game winning streak. Their last loss was in the COVID year to New Bremen in the playoffs. And so since then, these last three years, they've been undefeated, and this year so far. So really good challenge for us. Of course, we're 9-0 also. We got Spectrum coming in, who does the state championship games, and I think WLIO also is in. So lots of TV following the game, so lots of hype and all those types of things. And we're looking forward to the challenge. They're obviously a really good team, really balanced on offense this year, maybe their best throwing offense maybe they've ever had. And then to go along with a stout running game, no like real flyer in the backfield, but good stout 2 or 3 guys that can run the ball. Defensively, it's the same Marion basic defense with a 3-4 look with 4 DBs, and they like to blitz and they bring it, and they're just very sound in what they do. They've evolved over the years to really do some different things there, and just make it really difficult to score. So again, we're looking forward to this great challenge here. And I was doing some research, and so over the years, the overall record is such a balanced rivalry here. I think it's 35, 32, and 4 overall over all the years. Since 2000, it's 13-12 Coldwater, and of course, as we know, the last few years they've gotten us 3 or 4 in a row. So we're looking forward to getting back on that winning edge. So really great rivalry, good respect. Both programs, the kids all know each other. Of course, the coaches know each other, and so it's just a good fun matchup this week. And so we're looking forward to that challenge. Support staff this week, I'm going to go with the parents of our players. They do so much for us, and so after school on Fridays, we have a meal at school, and they all help help serve, and they bring in all the desserts for those, all the cookies and that type of thing, Rice Krispie treats and all those things. Thursday nights, they set up the meal for the varsity, junior, seniors, and any varsity player. So those are all the different restaurants in town. I'll talk about those guys at some point throughout the year. All the different restaurants that provide meals for us, and just over the year on Thursday nights we have little buckets that they have treats for them, and they do the posters at the beginning of the year, and just so many things that they do. So this year, Marcia Kaup and Patty Depwig are I guess the kind of like the head mom. So Marcia's on her third son that's a senior, and she's done a really good job. I tease her all the time, try to get her to be my permanent mom in charge, because she does such a good job. And like I said, Patty Depwig, Cody's mom, is those two are kind of running the show. But so much help with all the parents this year, and every year really. But thank you to all you parents for helping us out. A couple scout team shout outs this week. I might have mentioned Josh Schreier already, but I'm not really sure. And then the other two, Carson and Keaton Tobins, those are they're twins, number 18 and 19. And those two are corners and receivers, and JV corners and receivers, and also have gone down with the freshmen a little bit and helped us there. We're just a little bit, we had some injury issues and a couple things with the freshmen, so that they've gone down and helped down with the freshmen a little bit, but mainly JV corners and receivers, and doing a really good job, and looking forward to Josh and the Tobins possibly being Friday night guys next year. So kudos to them for doing a really good job on our scout teams, and of course in JV and freshmen a little bit. So next, what we're going to do is we're gonna do my Tuesday morning Donut Tuesday. Okay, so like I said, we're going to watch a little film here, just a few plays, and so on Tuesday mornings, like I said, we bring in the O lineman, and actually Mason Welsh comes along with us. He's our tight end wing, and basically we watch the end zone camera, and this is the view from the end zone. So we have two cameras that are synced up. One that comes from the press box, actually three. One from the press box that goes from the side, kind of like on TV, and this is the end zone camera, which is run from the press box. And then of course Mike does all the highlights from the ground level. So when we come together, we're really looking for, and as you can tell, obviously it's up close and in person. So on this play here, it's called 7. It's called a 7 fullback here. And so as we watch this film, I can do lots of things here. I can draw things on here. So what we're going to talk about, and this is what I would talk to the players about. And so let me play it, and then I'll go back and kind of show you what I would tell some of these guys. Okay, so there's the play itself, 7 fullback, and so when we watch, we say, well, why didn't that work as well as we would hope? And here's a couple things here. So I would this is Owen Kunk, he's a tight end, and he doesn't take a good step here with this foot right here. So I can circle that if I want and say, Owen, watch your foot here, right here. And he should step with his right foot to keep his shoulders square to the line. So these two are going to double team this guy, and what we call a chip. He's going to double team and go to here, or might go here, okay, and they'll chip, what we call a chip block. And so Owen took a poor step and got himself turned a little bit, and then he slipped. Really, probably the slip caused the problem. So in this play, he's gonna block down and chip to the backside linebacker. Okay, we're gonna base here. We're gonna pull here, okay, and he's gonna kick out this guy, okay. Jonesy is gonna cut off anything that could come through this gap, and then Mason is gonna pull around and lead up into the hole, and it was really close to being a really good play. This is the difference between having really good plays and maybe not so great plays. Cody is gonna fake this way and come here, and then Bay is going to hand him the ball and then come out here because we do have some plays off of that. Okay, so I'm going to undo all this stuff so you can just watch the play. Okay, and so here we go on the play. All right. So I'll go in slow motion here. And we go back and forth, and so we say, okay, as we're watching Owen, he slips with that left foot. And if he gets that 44 squared up, if he has him squared up and doesn't slip, we get a good kick out by Trent Ebbing, and then you'll see Mason lead up into the hole, really close to being a really good play. I would freeze it right here and say, okay, Owen, if you have him walled off, we got Mason going to block this guy, and then we have Cody, with the ball up in there. So that would be a really good example of what we would talk about. And then I would go to each guy. Did you take the correct step with your foot? Did you get inside out? Trent's maybe a little bit high, a little too high right here. So those types of things. All right, we'll just kind of go. Let's see what the next play is. Let's see. I'm gonna skip that play. Let's see here. Okay, let's get a little closer down here. Okay, we had a play called. We just got to the line really quick without huddling. We had a signal from the sideline, and this was called basically just a 5 dive. And those are base blocks, and we just get what we can get. Try to beat them off the punch here. Okay, let me go to the next play. Okay, so this is a good formation for us with a tight end and a wing together. Okay, and I think this is one of our favorite plays. We call it 29 toss. So 3 left, tight wing. So we got 3 guys. There's 1 guy out here you can't see. And this is our good old toss sweep to Miles. And again, what we would do, we would say, are you guys all taking a good left foot step? Really, really good by Will Berry here. It's hard to what we call reach block and get this guy hooked right here. We want to get him hooked by this guy. And Will does a really, really good job here with what we call reach block. Cookie may pull. I'm not sure if he's going to pull or not. He can decide whether he's covered. Rudy is going to try to reach him. We're going to try to reach him. And then these two are going to work together to either kick out or hook a guy, what we call hook block. We toss it back to Miles, and then he can kind of go wherever he wants. So if we're freezing it right there, we tell Mason and Owen, if they run out of there, just drive them out. And obviously you can see that hole. Hopefully he takes that hole. And you can't always see the whole play on this, but really it's mainly so that we can just watch the lineman. And so again, we would say, okay, did everybody take a good left foot step? And at the beginning of the year, they don't all the time. So as you look at them all, that's really pretty good. That's a pretty good job by all these guys. We call Trent. Trent is really just trying to get in this guy's way and get over here. So he has to take a good step, and we call this a butt block. He just tries to rip through there and get in this guy's way. So he did a good job. So pretty good looking play right there. At least by the lineman. He probably should have cut it right up in there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is a pass. This is a pass play. Call this double Wayne. So we would like the O lineman to be more aggressive on this to make him think it's a run. Okay, Bay didn't quite like what he sees. He throws it out there to Miles, and I think Miles got down to the 1 yard line on this. And so now we have two tight ends. We got Owen over here, Mason here. Okay, and we call 27 power. And so we're going to think we should be blocking down, block down, block down. Cody's going to try to kick him out. And then Miles will run to daylight. And Trent should be pulling around up in the hole. Let's see what happens here. There it is for a touchdown. Okay, so pretty good job here, right? Pretty good job. I mean, again, we would watch for each of their steps. Did they get their head across? So we would like Owen's head on this side. And then Cody ideally wants his head on this side and kick this guy out. And Trent gets tripped up a little bit here. We talked about this week getting a little, or against Versailles, Miles is a little too tight here. He should have taken a left foot get a little more on this angle on a 27 for us. So, but he ends up getting there, but he could have helped himself with his first step. And then on the backside, these guys just are trying to cut off so nothing can shoot through these backside gaps. Let's see what happens here. So we get a touchdown. So that just gives you a little glimpse of what we do on Tuesday mornings. The players have access to all this film also, so they can watch that as much as they want, whenever they want. There's a little dial over here that I could show you that we're just watching the end zone. We could watch the wide copy. So if we wanted to watch both, that's the wide. And then there's the end zone camera. So we get to see everything really clearly. Great teaching tool for us. So that's kind of how we work films, and sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it goes pretty quick, depending on good plays, bad plays, things like that. So Friday night, home versus Marion, get your 50-50